I am indeed a doctor in love with the profession. I love medicine. But it turns out that now I'm also in love with natural vision. It's my second love. Because for me, it really is. It has changed my vision, my way of living, really. In 9 out of 10 patients that I saw in my practice, today I want to talk a little bit about that. They came with illnesses secondary to stress or caused by stress. And I was always worried about them. I need to manage their stress. I didn't know that I was the same way. So for the last 20 years, when I was in my first year as a doctor, I started to have symptoms of myopia and stigmatism. That's what my ophthalmologist diagnosed me. But the story started before, when I was a child, with asthmatic rhinoconjunctivitis, which later became chemosis. I used bronchodilators, steroids, antihistamines. And one day I was reading a book and the letters began to dance. Then the ophthalmologist was next to me and I was in the hospital at that time. At that time, he gave me my eye exam and gave me my prescription. What I have, myopia and stigmatism, but as if yesterday I was fine and it was just now that I was reading, it turns out that I was very sleepless. I didn't eat. I was always stressed by my patients and I was diagnosed with that, and come on, buy your glasses. I put on the glasses and I could see worse with the glasses. I went to tell the doctor that if he would please give me some drops because I was worse with the glasses. And I didn't believe that. No, there was no solution. And I think he got angry with me because he also wore glasses. And he said to me, if you think that if there were drops or something, I would be wearing glasses. And I left all choked up. Then I laughed because one day I met him in the street and I turned to look at what he was doing with his glasses. I was even falling down. And me with my glasses I can't see with my glasses. Then he makes it difficult for me and says, if you put them on, you will get used to them. And I swear I tried. I wanted to be disciplined and I put them on and I didn't. Then he kept changing and changing my prescription. I have a collection that I even think I'm going to have a frame made for them. And I thought that if he bought more expensive lenses, maybe it was the brand that would not let me see. That would not let me see. And look how bad it is. They say that the one who doesn't know is like the one who doesn't see. And that's how I was. I spent a lot on glasses because maybe more expensive ones would serve me better. And no, the disease continued to evolve and I continued in my life of stress. And happy, because I have been really happy as a doctor. In eyeglasses and in ophthalmology and atherectomy surgery, I also had about 150,000 to 200,000 pesos.
Which would be about $7,500 or 6,250 euros, apart from having spent
all the money.
Now
it's like they say on my ranch, the money. I think you spend it with pleasure. Here, what left me very disappointed was that she never solved the problem, that I was getting worse and worse. And every time I went to my doctor, I left all traumatized or scolded until the day they gave me my last diagnosis, which was already really irreversible according to them. So I believe that the psychological damage they did to me, I am going to file a lawsuit now for psychological torture. It is not true. I really went out badly. How is it possible that overnight someone tells me that I will no longer have corneas, that I will be enlisted to be transplanted for? Because the story was that the disease progressed, the biopsies increased. Then with myodipsias, astigmatism, keratoconus, which was the icing on the cake, photosensitivity, and sometimes my body itself, as Lou said a while ago, my body told me that my eyes wanted to rest. So I thought that when I went to sleep the next day, I would wake up well. So I did not even finish studying because it would be difficult to close my eyes. And the next day, I always woke up with tired eyes. Many erematous felt like that. I felt that I had rocks inside my eyes, this dryness that is really very annoying. Really annoying. And no, neither the medications, nor the surgery, nor the visits to the ophthalmologist. Then I tell you, sometimes I believe that destiny puts you there because I arrived and I also found to see again clearly on the internet. And now I have the answer. When I bought the price, I don't even remember how much it cost me. It was about 2 years ago. But I felt it was expensive, but I had almost just been operated on during that time of tension. And it seemed expensive to me at the time. I said, oh, it's an expensive course. But what made me believe that it was expensive was that I did not know it. I had never heard of natural vision in my life. And I don't think I had heard of it either from the doctors I went to. So I was afraid of paying for something expensive and that it would not work out for me either. I was standing at the computer and I said, what does it matter? I have already spent more money, and they told me that there is no remedy. In fact, I had already made my appointment to go to the Mayo Clinic in Los Angeles, California. And I didn't go to the appointment because at that moment I kind of stopped. And I started to scold myself. I mean, if you are a doctor and you know that there is nothing to offer you according to science, stop it. Stop hurting yourself. Stop spending your family's money. Stop your family's money. And you need to land. And just as I was scolding myself, ClearSight Method appears. And I think it was the best expense I could have made in my whole life. It is not really a propaganda. I don't know it as propaganda. I am talking about it as a person and as a human being. I think I went all the way back because of the stress and all that. Because I learned to know myself. I learned when to stop. I learned when my body, not only my eyes, my nails, my feet are telling me that they have something. So I learned to listen to them, to go back, and to correct what I'm doing wrong with my body. And I tell you, it was not only that I learned to take care of my eyes, I learned to take much more care of the Anna Maria that I have inside me. And the best, that I paid the course of ClearSight Method, and my patients are benefiting too, because now I look like a doctor. Here we used to tell them as healers, do your sunning, do your baths of I don't know what. I can't say more, but I do it with my people. So today I come to make this confession that for me it was something really beautiful to have known the natural vision. And even more so because here in Mexico, at least where I am, there was no information. One is accustomed to books and more books. So it seems strange to me that my ophthalmologists, who according to me, I went with them because they are super prepared. Nobody mentioned anything to me. They don't know Dr. Bates, nor any one of them, and me. For me, that was, I tell you, very sad, because I think we have to rescue the essence of the human being, and in the essence is nature, to know ourselves, and to start by respecting our body. And sometimes I tell you, for me, maybe the mistake is that you want a surgery to fix everything, or a pill, and that maybe by buying the most expensive glasses, that's the solution. And that wasn't the case for the staff. When I heard you say that you could see the letters up to a certain number, the little ones as they say, I kind of didn't believe it. I don't believe it because I couldn't, but now that I can, I'm really happy. And for me, it is like magic every day that I discover that my eyes keep evolving, keep improving, continue to evolve, continue to improve. And I come back to the same thing. I think it was the best investment I could have made. And it was a beautiful thing. And I'm here because I am one of the people who is interested in letting everybody know about this. Those of us who are moms, because we want to teach our children to prevent. I don't want my children to go through what I went through. And I don't want my children to go through what I went through. And I would have spent this money on a trip or on other things. I know that we doctors also need the money. The ophthalmologist will need it, but we are going to use it in another way. Let's use it in another way.